happened? I don't know. It's an error occurred. Kicked me out. Broadcast stopped. Started it right back up. We did not want to deprive everybody, but it will take quite a few moments for everybody to realize what just happened and get back into the new chat as UK in that red, white, and blue no-co-sponsored Chevrolet Enforce is making his way through the field. Silent but deadly, and that's what he does.
You just compared him to a fart. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
I think that the car that I'm still watching here, the right here, you got the lead pack that goes all the way back here to the Duck Commander himself, Duck Humor. But right behind him, you have the 42 of Tiger Nascar, and then the 14 going to the inside of him. And so the 14 made a lot of ground up and passed a lot of cars already, working his way to the front right now.
Well, I mean, you're talking about one of the top towns in the presets here in a Custom Cup, and he has definitely got the talent and the ability to work his way back to the field. So we'll see if he can get it done. It's a long stage, so got plenty of time.
And interestingly enough, but the car following the 14 up through the field is that 20 of Big Dane.
Good battle up here for the top 7 in the Quackman himself, trying to get back to the rear end of that red and yellow car with country calipers makes his way back up there too, but battle for the top 8. If he can get back up there, no draft does not help him. Dinkate said, wow, what happened? Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. It said error occurred on my screen, and I got back to it as soon as possible, buddy. That's the best I could do. Technology is not our friend today here in Giggity Racing 5.0.
Tell you this, your boy Big Jim is in a Noco sandwich right now. Cannot be fun.
Jake got around him for a second. And here comes UK Wildcats for 4th. But at the same time, Big Jim may be in a Noco sandwich, but UK Wildcats was until Blakey T just hit that wall. He was in a KMS sandwich. But then Blakey T hit the wall.
Private Patton's still our leader. And who is she? Holy cow, look at those things.
Awkward. 32 in this 24, man. These guys have had some really good racing, and these top 3 have been nose to tail here for a while now. But adding to that fire is the 88 car. He is a race winner, locked into the playoffs as long as he meets the requirements. Odds are he should. But these top 4 are starting to pull away from the rest of the field, as now the 11 of Country Caliber has worked his way into 5th place. But all the side-by-side battling has made him lose a little bit of ground. But if you look back further a little bit, the Duck Humor is under fire now by his teammate. Elite Precision has caught his first pack.
Sorry guys, I had to mute my mic just for a second there. Here we go. These guys all try to go. Again, another good green flag run for these guys. Who's going to burn their car up and who's not? Who's going to save it and who's trying to make it to the extra couple of laps? It is not hard to trap somebody down here if you can do it properly, though.
Yeah, I think they're starting to spread out pretty good. I actually expect as this continues, the longer this green flag runs, the more likely we might finish under green here tonight. So this is really good to see this green flag racing. But that 24 car is all over the back end of that 21 as the 32 and 88 seem to be falling off a little bit.
And to go off of what you said just a few minutes ago, KTatty, Elite Precision is coming. He has worked his way around Duck Humor, is now underneath the 12 for another position. He is on his way.
I think he's the fastest car on the track right now. We don't have a timer count, of course, because why would you have that in a video game? But yeah, that 14 definitely seems to be the fastest car on the track right now.
As we have Big Jim going inside of Jake Giroux as well. But definitely keep your eye on Elite Precision, like he is moving.
Yeah, within the last 5 laps,
he has it.
Yeah, he's gotten by the 4 and the 12 in the last like 5 laps, and now
he's on the bumper. Is that Blakey he's behind?
Yeah, Blakey T, yeah, that's Blakey T.
Who? Never heard of her.
Trying to get us a lap count here. I know that there's still laps left because they're still racing. Just in case anybody was wondering.
I'm on board with the Ada Pro 75, and there was a great battle, except for the fact when I jumped on board, the 2 of I Spun Higgins smacked the wall, came down, hit Tackleberry, and Flirt was there. Great job to everybody. Keep it up there, but not exactly what I want to see. And Mall Bear out there is doing this number. Hi, Ma Bear. We love you, and Paul Bear, thank you guys for what you do on Friday nights. Can't wait to be there again this weekend as Private Patton is out there. Are we going to end up seeing lap traffic possibly come into be a factor tonight, guys?
It could definitely be a factor at a track like this where it's mostly one or two groove. It looks like the 32 might have just let the 88 by right there as well. I don't know if he's or his car's falling off or he's planning on pitting here in a lap or two. But he was just having a great game of crossover tag with Jake before he decided to do that. It was kind of intriguing.
Yeah, we're closing in on about 50 laps to go in this one, so that means these guys have accomplished 150 laps. But I really expect to see this last 50 laps be pretty green flag from here on out. So about 15-20 minutes from now, guys, we'll know who's the victor of this preset cup race. And right now, that private patent seems to be getting a little bit loose, and because of that, the 24 of Jake is all over the tail end of him, as he seems to have a much more stable car here on the long run.
And I know we were just bragging about Elite Precision, but he might have burned up his stuff. The 12 has gotten back around him. He's lost touch with Country Caliber and has now got Duck Humor back on his tail trying to get around him.
Quack, 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 and duh, he didn't think we weren't going to notice. But again, are these people playing it safe, or are they overdriving and using their stuff up? Do you want to pit one more time for right sides? Do you want to pit just one time for all four and make sure you got enough fuel? There will be strategy being into play. Now, if we see another caution flag tonight here at Dover, Delaware, that will be the wrench in the gears. But who's trying to plan for that long run as we see green flags? Nothing but here we go in stage 3.
I will say the two guys I'm looking at that look like they're saving a lot, they're getting caught by Country Caliber and Blakey T, but losing ground to leaders is UK and your boy Big Jim. They're literally just riding in their spot and kind of just letting the leaders pull away. I believe they're trying to have to pull a strategy here.
And am I looking at this right? Do I see a car that's not moving? Is Parco, did something happen to him? Did he have a mechanical failure?
He probably parked it.
Parco literally just parked himself. Wow, that's a first, but no, that's unfortunate because he was running good. He was been one of our top 5 contenders for at least 65% of this race.
I have to believe UK and Big Jim are letting off here just a little bit.
Spinning on the front stretch. 42 goes around him. The 4, the 20, they avoided him. Wow, great
Wow,
racing.
great movement.
I can't believe they got by him. I thought that was for sure going to be our next caution.
Oh, and I was trying to get over there. Now I just gave all of our viewers a seizure.
As Blakey T is now reeling in on Big Jim and UK.
3 wide back here with the 19, the 47, and the 16.
Oh, wow. We got 2 teammates in Flirt over here battling.
And Denkate, yes, he is correct. Denkate out there, anybody in Giggity Racing who wants to play a little Major League Baseball in a league, let him know. We need a couple more people to keep it going, to get it started. If everybody wants to get one win, all they got to do is come play my Kansas City Royals, but Denkate has started something cool. As we see the 32 make a move to the inside of that 88. The 88 looked like he got a little wobbly right there. Big Jim in that Mustang going to try to make the pass with Blakey T trying to come up behind him. UK probably just tried to hold on, says don't push the issue, don't wear the car out, I'll be there at the end. Very good in strategy is UK Wildcats, a.k.a. go to bed.
And we have the leaders coming up on their first lap traffic of the day. Let's see how hard it is for them to get around this 18 car right here.
Trying to get back up there real quick. Again, big field. This was a public lobby. We did make sure that there was no randos in there, like, you know, people from other restaurants and stuff. That would have been crazy to see a rando in here at the last second.
It does look like Jake is just a little more stable than that 21 the longer we run, but it's not too much of a difference. Both these guys are really willing it out here. Oh, that was, as soon as I say it, commentator curse 21 into the wall.
Smacks it pretty good, and there, yeah. Now you are officially a commentator. If you curse somebody at least one time, it does happen.
Boy, he can't be happy with you right now.
As soon as I say he's willing that thing, just straight into the wall. Yeah, I feel really bad.
That's not rude. As a broadcaster, you got to know better than to hype somebody up, because it always ends in agony for the driver.
Good point, good point. But this is a big break for Jake as well. Now he just needs to not make the same sort of mistake and make sure he can get it down here to pit road nice and clean and get back on the track.
Yeah, there you go. Hype up the new guy in the lead.
Wow, you are definitely looking to piss people off tonight, buddy.
Oh boy.
That's McWrong, bub.
Right.
Don't forget, everybody, please stay with us and stick after this. We have one more of this, the exact same race, but these guys will be on custom setups, not the presets, as these guys are trying to figure out how to get themselves a top 3, if not that W, here at Dover in a preset.
Yeah, I was thinking about showing up to that one.
The custom race?
Yeah.
I bet you $5 you won't.
It looks like we have pit stops starting as well as Iceland Higgins
Wait,
on the
what?
pit road.
That's pretty easy, $5 for me. I like it.
Oh, Private Patton from second spot, bringing her on the pit road here.
Pit stops have begun here. Green flag style at that, too. Whose strategy is going to prevail the best tonight, guys?
The car that wins.
No kidding.
I would like to place $50 on whatever bet he's betting right there. Sounds like a good choice.
And thanks again for everybody joining in back out there in YouTube land. We did have something happen. It kicked me off right there. Jump back in as soon as possible. As we're seeing the 34, the 4, the 12, and the 42 all making pit lane. And I'm seeing the game is trash, PlayStation is trash, and the rear of the field here is trash. Okay, well, thank you. I should not have read that. Maybe I should have read it first in my head. But thank you there, El Parco, for your voicing your opinion with no... yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Blakey T's on pit road, and they're right on that edge. I was speaking about the customs can only get about 37 to 38 laps of fuel, and Blakey T pit with 37 laps remaining, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to make it on fuel, the guys that pit before the 37 car. Now, this is one of the tracks, to those of you that recognize the game, that most tracks you actually end up saving a couple laps of fuel compared to what it gives you originally. Dover, however, is one of the tracks that takes more fuel than what they originally tell you. So even though it says 41 laps, you usually only get about 36 to 39.
And you said Blakey T is right on the cusp, right?
He pit with 37 to go. So
well, I'll point this out. The 88 who won Martinsville on fuel mileage stayed out an extra lap before he brought it down than what Blakey T did. So they're all going to be right.
Over the race.
They're going to be right all there. It's going to be very close here on fuel.
Mini Cooper, glad to have you back up here in the chat. Again, we just saw from the one and only Parco and Deadpool 490. Another good guy out there here in the Heat community. Acts and thinks he knows how to go faster in a car. He does an alright job, but no, I'm just kidding, buddy. Great to have you out there, Deadpool. Icy had to take a phone call. KTatty, myself, and the one and only making a cameo tonight, Mick Lovin, up here in the booth for the preset race at Dover. We got one more after this, guys. Don't forget to tune in for it.
And it looks like on the same strategy as the 88 staying out a little bit longer was the 20 car as long as the 47. So those 3 cars might right there stayed out the longest, might be in the hopper. So we'll see what happens.
Now a caution can come in and throw a little bit of a foul into that, though.
It definitely could.
Yeah, if caution comes out right now, guaranteed, even though these guys pit, you're gonna have to re-pit, get 4 tires, and be good to go in the long run. Any caution from here on out, you got to take the 4 tires. Unlike the stages before, if they rack them and stack them at this point, if you're on old tires, you're just gonna get run over by the people with the new tires. As we've seen how aggressive drivers can be on these restarts. I mean, imagine with 30 laps to go or less.
And it does look like as Private Patton was able to get the lead back through a cycle of pit stops by pitting just 2 laps before that 24, but the 24 is reeling him in.
Yeah, unfortunately, so when you pit early here, you'll make up a lot of ground per usual like you do at every track because you're going to have a fresh start. You'll be out there setting the fastest laps for those couple laps. However, your tires fall off pretty quickly here. So the 24 of those 2 laps fresher tires, you can just see the difference how quickly he's gaining on that 21. Also, we talked about the fuel strategy here. Will the 21 have enough fuel to make it to the end?
It's going to be very intriguing.
This just in order to have a car that runs at the end, you got to have enough fuel. Good to know. I'll write that down in my book of memories.
Thank you, Booger.
Now, as we saw there a couple minutes ago, the 32 and 34, not far off this lead pack. They are teammates. I hope they do realize that. Maybe they can work together, utilize this draft. But it looks like Drake is taking that 24 Chevrolet, sitting right there comfortably behind the 21 Mustang and the draft, not pushing any issues because of how many laps is that left. Thanks, Jake, as you make a move to the inside.
I like what I see in third and fourth, though. We have two KMS drivers, the 32 and the 34. If those two can get lined up, now draft isn't a huge thing here, but you can use the draft. So if those guys can get a little bit closer to each other, use that draft and stay nose to tail, they could possibly catch this 24 with ease. The 21 with the older tires, they're probably going to catch him regardless. But if they work together, I think they can catch that 24 car.
And I was about to say, just like Puddin said earlier, shout out to Blakey T for being back and beginning what he had at the beginning of the race. He's doing a good job getting it back here in the top 5.
Patience is a virtue in racing. You do not win on the first lap. You do not win halfway through the race. You win on the last lap, and in order to get there, you have to be there. Said it 1,000 times. Everybody's tired of hearing me say it, but you gotta be patient. No issues and no reason to just drive her in deep and let her eat on the second lap of the first stage.
And that's what impresses me. I remember at the beginning of this third stage, he was at the back of the pack and led all those guys by, and he's worked his way back up here to the 5th spot. So he's definitely, or the 4th spot. So he's definitely doing a good job of just taking it easy and moving up through the field nice and slow.
Good battle back here with Spanker in the 12 and the 42 of Tigers right there too. I think they got the Quackmaster in front of him.
Quack.
Yeah, see, Mini Cooper just said it. Yeah, slow is fast sometimes. People don't realize that. Whether it be Roval, whether it be on a drag strip even, if you got to tap that brake to get the tires to quit spinning, and especially on road courses, slow is fast at times. Get your momentum, find your rhythm, and hit it every time.
I don't know. I'm always slow and never accused of being fast, so I don't know how true that is.
It is facts, though, yeah.
And I will be curious to see what Blakey T's fuel's looking like, considering he pitted a lap before this 88 car and seeing how close they actually are. Because his 88 right now is in a little bubble where even if he needed to, he could try to save a little bit more fuel with about a 1.5 seconds back to elite and a good gap of probably a 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds up to Blakey there. So he's in a nice little area.
He's very good with what he says too, you know, and he has proven it in the past too. Silent but deadly. That is UK Wildcats. Does he have something up his sleeve? But again, one yellow flag, one caution, that can change this whole outcome of this race drastically.
For sure. And we also talked about this 21 short pitting. Well, it looks like these tires may have evened out a little bit because Jake got around him, but he really has not pulled away.
Now, what kind of preset would you guys run here 2 times Cup car at Dover?
Me, I'm always like a 5, 6 kind of guy. I like to have a little more snug to begin a run, personally.
I was going to say the same thing, Tatty.
I wasn't listening.
Good call.
What preset would you run for this track on 2 times square?
I would run a custom setup.
Breaking news. Tatty does not like presets.
No, God's honest truth. I personally would run a 3. I don't know what you said you would run, but I would run a 3.
I said like a 5 or so. Something like that.
Dover is really notorious for, as you come off the exits, especially on fresh tires, the car gets really, really sideways, and you actually tighten up as the run goes. But I like to be able to handle it at the beginning, especially when you're around all those other cars. I don't like being spin out loose, so I would run a 3 or a 4 actually.
We're on board right now with Private Pat, and he's trying to track that leader back down up the 24 of Jake, and right behind him there his Big Jim. These guys probably are patiently waiting for somebody in front of them to make a mistake or to make the move at the right time. Again, patience, strategy, it all comes into play at the long run. You can't win on the first lap, guys. You can't do it, you know.
So when there was 25 laps remaining, Blakey T had a 2-lap difference on his fuel. From the laps remaining to what he had left on the fuel tank. Now that there is 19 laps remaining, he has a 1-lap difference between the fuel and the amount of laps.
Blakey is definitely saving right now, right?
No, he's still giving it. He's still racing hard right now. I'm really thinking that he's going to have to back it down a little bit to be able to make it to the end, which we spoke about the 88 to 20 and another car, the 47, hit 1 lap later, so they're sitting at 2 laps to the good right now.
And with nobody in his rear view, I know he does want to make a good viewing out there for everybody looking at his ugly mug on his stream. But as a debut race back after taking a couple weeks off, be happy with what you got. Don't push the car too far. You have a good distance on everybody. Make sure you can make it to the end. As the 32 is trying to catch up to that 21 of Private Pat, and both of them are sneaking up on Jake silently as they're going to make their way under the 2 of Ice Bun Higgins.
I didn't like that at all. He was down on the apron. He should have stayed there, and then he spins.
That really hurt Jake.
Yeah, I'm a little for the 32 car and the 21. I'm sure that what's happening right now is I don't think that Jake's getting slowed down by traffic or that he's just running bad laps. I think that he's backed it down to save that fuel. He pit that same lap as Blakey T, so I'm expecting he's trying to save some fuel, realizing what's happening there. But the 21 and the 32.
Oh, battle for the lead right there! I'm sorry to cut you off. They made just a little bit of contact, and that between Private Pat and the 24, and Big Jim almost tried to take advantage of that. That is going to pull Jake back at least 3 car lengths. Private Pat and the new leader. Sorry about that, but that was a.
Do we know what lap Jim pitted? Did he pit the same lap as his teammate Blakey?
He pit the same lap as Jake.
Let me get on the CB. I'll let you know real quick. I'm just kidding.
So if these 2 guys are saving a little bit, because I don't think
top
Patton
3
can
all
make
under
it.
a blanket though, McLovin, as 32 makes a move on Pavitt and take a lead. Go ahead. Sorry, Jake's going to try to take advantage of that too on that low line. Go ahead. I apologize.
I just don't see with the 24 and 32 being on the edge, if not just a lap short, how Patton can make it. He pitted 2 laps before those guys did. That's going to be asking a lot out of your fuel, and also have to battle these guys at the same time. That's going to be really tough.
Yeah, so
new leader right there, 32, Big Jim, battle for 2nd and 3rd, 24 and 21. Go ahead, Taddy, sorry.
The 32, he was going faster than the 24, as you can tell, as he got up here and is now taking the lead. However, what he was doing was following the 21 of Patton, and we all know how the draft works in this game. If you're following somebody, you can lift a lot earlier, and the draft will carry that momentum. So the 32, I don't have YouTube of his, so I can't tell you on his stream, but I know that being following in the draft, he can save some fuel. And notice what the 24 did. He was running at a slower pace to let these guys get to him. He fell behind them, and now he's following the 21, possibly trying to save fuel that way. And this is going to allow the 34 to catch up, but I think the 34 is probably going to be the 1 car in danger of running out of fuel, well as the 21.
Yeah. The 21, I think, is SOL without a caution. He's out front right now. There's no way he's gonna. I just don't see him saving enough fuel. If he does, props to him. But that's
Blakey has gained on these guys too, McLovin. Blakey has gained on those guys. So will he be able to make it on fuel? Because he had to utilize the tires and fuel to get up there. As Private Patton takes the lead back, and the top 3 have separated. Go ahead, buddy.
How about we get our in-race reporter KTatty and see if we can get an update on Blakey's fuel mileage?
Unfortunately, Blakey T is about a half lap short right now. But something that I really despise doing, I'm actually going to have to agree with El Parco out in YouTube land. I believe the race winner of this race will be the 88 on the fuel strategy, staying out that 1 extra lap.
21 is the leader. That is Private Patton. Everybody trying to get that lead. They have used their car up. They have used their tires. They have used that fuel. That will be a hindrance to them. Who says?
I see Big Jim dropping off again. I believe he's in fuel conservation mode right now to make sure he does not have to make another pit stop.
Maybe he's saving just enough laps to keep that top 3 position he's in.
Guys, 7 laps remaining as Blakey T crossed the line. His to take 7 laps to go, his fuel dropped to 6. So
all right, so we're at 6 to go right now. 6 to go. And UK has caught up to Blakey. Those 2 might be in a battle for the win. See what happens to the other guy's fuel mileage here. This 21 is
and here
really
comes the 88
gas
underneath the 34. The 34 for Blakey T gives him the room, runs that second line. That's not going to push him too hard, and maybe he is just going to be content with getting himself top 5, top 10 tonight. Again, tonight this is his big debut race back. So just to get a good finish, confidence booster for him, but UK on the move, like you just said.
And this 21 is not giving it to Jake easy coming to 4 to go here in this race. Can the 21 make it on fuel? Can he hold off Jake?
I just feel like without clutch, there's no way that 21's going to make it.
Gotta be careful.
We're coming down to the last few laps, though. If he's going to run out, I would assume he's going to run out with about 3 to go. There's 4 to go right now, so here within the next lap or two, if the 21's going to run out, I would expect it to happen then. The 2's on pit road now. That's unfortunate if you're in the Ford camp, seeing that the Fords are already starting to run out of fuel.
The 21 of Patton is trying to get to that back bumper of 24. 24 is Jake. Now, lap traffic will come into play. Who's going to give that respect?
Patton's out of fuel. Patton is out of fuel.
21, yeah, 21 is coming down, so that now puts Big Jim up there into second place. The leader still has that lap traffic to work with.
Coming to 2 to go this time, back.
2 to go right here. They pitted 2 laps after Patton. Will they make it on fuel, or did they push their car too hard?
It looks like Jake has about a 1.5 second gap right now. If I was him, I would back up that full 1.5 seconds if I'm running tight on fuel. I'm not so sure. I don't see Blake and T back there anymore.
Uh-oh.
The 88 car is now moved up and in with
Elite Precision had to pit as well. That's tough
Jake
for
is
him.
coming to the white flag. Looks like he's out of fuel. He's stuttering. He's dropping down to the inside. 32 to the outside. The 24 is out of fuel. 32 with Big Jim is now your race leader on the white flag lap. But is he out of fuel now?
Who's going to be able to hold out? Let's get back on board with UK. Here comes UK. He scrapes the wall. That's going to slow him just out a little bit.
3 and 4, Big Jim is in the lead.
It's going to be a run for the money.
32, Big Jim in his preset Cup Series debut will take the victory here at Dover, Delaware.
What a run by Big Jim. And unfortunate for Jake, I don't know what happened coming off of turn 2, but he got spun himself, so he couldn't even sputter back across the line. He is sputtering through 3 and 4 right now.
Great job by these guys up there. As a team owner, trying not to be super biased. Great to have him on board. 21 Private Patton, he made a heck of a run. Jake made a heck of a run. UK was giving it all he had out there at the end. But these guys, too, made that third stage a very raceable, strategic style race. Didn't have to bank on that caution. And by the way, breaking news, this person, Cola Motorsports, never heard of her, says Taddy is in trouble. So we'll deal with that issue later, but congratulations to Big Jim in the 32. Great race by Jake and everybody else to help these guys out.
And we need to give a shout out to all these drivers for kind of cleaning up their act the second half of the race and putting on a good show for everybody watching. So that was really good.
Yes, congratulations to those guys, too, that everybody started to realize stuff was going on there. McLovin, great to have you up here. Icy disappeared. I had a phone call. Taddy, I know you got the custom race coming up. Just with the new format, with everything going on out there, we do super appreciate. I just saw where Big Jim was invited up there. Please give us just a split second. Give us an opportunity to deal with everything here.
But Big Jim is in the chat.
Big Jim.
Yo!
Congratulations, man. Great job. Were you worried coming down there with 10 to go on your fuel or tires?
Wait, is your voice set to always allow?
It is, yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, man. That entire last stage, that entire race was just like a pressure cooker. It was ridiculous, man. Just sweating all over the place. It's just, yeah.
All right, Big Jim, first question for you.
What's up?
How close were you on fuel? We got to know.
I was 1 lap to the good. I was making sure. I didn't know if the 24 and 12 were good because they were battling pretty hard up there for the lead. But, oh my god, I was praying that I had enough. I didn't know if Jake had enough because I know the 12 came down 1 lap earlier than all of us. But the 24, he was on the same strategy as I was. So, I guess that battling with the 12 really hurt him. But yeah, I was 1 lap to the good there.
You do got some people out there in YouTube giving you congratulations, man. Fantastic job. You had get a little frustrated there at the beginning of the race with as many yellows as you saw, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Every league has all those yellows, man. It's just a product of Dover on this game. The turns, especially the exit of the turns, it's just impossible. Just can't go too wide through there unless you really let off on the outside.
I can hear it just a little bit, man. You, congratulations. You made yourself a heck of a debut out there. McLovin, thanks for being up here. C.E.O KTatty for joining us. And Big Jim again. Big Jim 11 gets a W in his, third giggity race, as Tatty would say. But first, as a sign driver, congratulations to you, man. I hate to cut this short for you, Big Jim, this being that it is your win. But with everything going on with the chat parties and everything, we got to get ready to get up set up for the custom race. Thank you to all the YouTube viewers out there. I do apologize for the technical malfunction. Got back into the race within as quick as I could. Tatty, McLovin, Icy, myself, congratulations to you, Big Jim. Everybody out there in YouTube land, don't forget to stay tuned. Here in the next 10 minutes, we're going to come back to the same track, but these boys are going to be in custom Season 5 Giggity Racing. Thanks a lot to everybody out there. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you here real soon.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Big Jim.
Yeah, what's up?
You know that's the first win this season in the 32 car, and I've been driving it all year, right? You just show up and win a race, you put it in victory lane.
I had to do something for Corey LaJoy, man. I love the car, I love the guy, so.
All right, now
yeah, now you can end it.
Great, guys. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you guys real quick.